What's up, fam? It's your girl Green Tarot Tot, and I'm back with another reading. So, first off, I want to say thank you to all of my day ones. Y'all already know the vibes. If you're newly following me, watching me, subscribing, I'm also posting my shit on Facebook now. Let me watch my mouth. I'm trying not to cuss as much because I know I'm putting mine on Facebook now, and there'll be a lot of kids on Facebook as well. Also, TikTok too. So, I'm going to just try to watch my mouth for my younger viewers. But, anywho, I just want to welcome everybody who new to the tribe, new to the vibes. When I say tribe, I'm talking about my tribal family. I definitely see you guys as my fam, and I love every single last one of y'all, and I appreciate everybody's support. So I decided just to do a quick little read today. So let's jump into the read. I always like to see what spirit is saying as I'm splitting the deck, and I see we got the Two of Pentacles, and we also have the Empress. So this may be resonating with a lot of my queens out there. If you're a king watching, that's fine too. Take the energy, not the actual. Like if I say a king for my queens, take the energy of the king. If I say queens for Empress, take the energy of the Empress. So anywho, let me jump into it. I was gonna shuffle some more, but Spirit telling me not to, so we just gonna jump into it. I guess somebody need to hear something. Alright. I guess somebody do, because they're flying out. So the first card, the main energy we got, y'all, is actually the heart chakra. And yes, I do leave my chakras in my deck. I'm very much a healer. If you didn't know, I am also a nurse, and I'm also in the process of studying herbs and also roots, so that I can learn how to help heal people and also protect people from negative energy that's in their field. So we also have the throat chakra in reverse, which is very interesting to me. And we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. This is already coming off very interesting because the spirit wanted me to use both of those cards as your main energy. All right, so for the main energy, I got, like I said again, the heart chakra, and right under the heart chakra, we got the throat chakra in reverse. And then I have the Ace of Cups. We got the Ten of Wands, the King of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and last but not least, I'm gonna pull and also look at the bottom of the deck. We got the Nine of Wands. It's very close to success. I like that. Clock it. And also, last but not least, we have the Four of Swords. And with the Four of Swords, whenever we see swords, it's talking about communication. And if you haven't noticed, you only had one card with swords on it out of this whole read so far. So we got what, one, two, three wands, three cups, and one sword. And this sword then at the end in reverse is not your energy, it's other people's energy. And I feel like the reason why you have so many people in your energy field right now is because you are putting yourself out there to be seen. A lot of you guys are coming out of that hermit energy, and you're really starting to enjoy life again. And I feel like people can see that. And I feel like you're coming back to your inner child. I feel like really tapping into like that person that you kind of like put away because you have been through so much in life. And I feel like right now you're in the season where you're kind of like allowing yourself to be free, not to have any worries, to kind of live life based off how you feel like you should live life and not how other people feel like you should live life. I feel like a lot of you guys may be coming out of a situation where you were in a long-term relationship, and some of you guys may be getting over a divorce. Some of you guys, it may not necessarily, again, like I said, a long-term relationship necessarily been a divorce, but you're really releasing a lot of patterns that you were used to. And with these patterns I'm hearing, it was like very intertwined, I feel like, because I'm thinking about the swans, and with the swans, when they meet their partner, their mate, that's it for life. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been in situations where you thought that you had met that swan. You thought that that was it for life, and now you're in the season where you're kind of sitting back, really like daydreaming a lot, and I feel like with this, a lot of time when I speak of daydreaming, sometimes it can, well, anything that you do too much can be, um, anything good or bad. If you do it too much, indulge in it too much, it will become a toxic habit. So I feel like I want to say that, you know, it's bad for you, but for you in this season it's not. And I feel like you really, as you're like daydreaming and thinking over like the decisions you made in your past and the decisions you want to make moving forward, you're really taking heed and the lessons. I feel like you're turning your lessons into blessings. You're realizing that everything that you went through or been through, it really made you a better person for who you are today. In the midst of going through it, doesn't always feel great, but at the same time, you're starting to appreciate the the bad days just as much as you appreciate the good days, because you realize that I'd rather have more bad days alone than to think that I was having good days with people who really didn't see me or accept me for who I was, or who genuinely loved me. And I feel like now you're in a place where, you know, it's a little watery, and I'm looking at the King of Cups here, but I feel like you're learning how to trust again. You're learning how to forgive not only just others, but forgive yourself for allowing others to treat you the way that you allowed them to treat you, and understanding that you are, you know, you held a big part in the situations that you were in for so long, and now you're starting to like take charge and really take lead and accept where you are today and accept where you have come from, and be okay with everything. And also, I'm feeling a very very heavy presence of you being very very neutral with people who you no longer want to have dealings with, or no longer may be as close to as you used to be. I feel like you don't have any hard feelings towards those people at all. But some of those people may be confused about where you stand with them, because you're not rushing to um, clear things up neither. I feel like right now you're in a season like where you've been through so much that you don't really have the time or the energy to try to make someone understand where you at right now, because right now you're still trying to understand yourself and trying to not really understand it. I feel like you have reached a place where you kind of really truly understand yourself more, you know thyself more. But at the same time though, it's like I'm still pouring into me for me to go out of my way to make someone know that, you know, it's okay. It's neutral. It's like that's too much for you right now. I feel like it's like it's not worth it. You're not doing that, and I don't blame you, because you are going through your own situation. You know what I'm saying? You are healing too through something. So people are gonna change. People are gonna switch up. But just because someone switch up and change doesn't mean they necessarily change and switch up on you. And I feel like you're starting to realize now, like, again, just letting things be as it is. Like some of you guys, this can be with a lot of your old friendships that you people you was close to, and I'm hearing a lot of you guys too is the partners too that you were with for so long. It's like you love them still. You genuinely love them. You genuinely wish them the best. You genuinely want them to find someone else that's gonna love them. Um, I want to say the way that you love them, but honestly, to be honest with you, you really feel like they're not gonna find anybody better. And that's because you knew what you brought to the table. And some of you guys, shit, you didn't feel like you brought much to the table. You felt like you bought the whole goddamn table. So with that being said, you're so okay. You're so good with all the people who walked away from you, because you know that you played your part. So it's like, why would I be sad or angry at anybody who walked away, you know, out of my life, out of my path, out of my journey? That when I know that when they were in my life, I did my part. So with this throat chakra being in reverse, I feel like the people who are no longer connected to you, a lot of them are using their third chakra in a negative way. They may be gossiping about you. They may be talking about you. They may be, again, confused on why you are choosing to not be connected to them anymore. But I feel like it's not even about them. It's really about you just been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know what you've been through because they haven't been around. And now that you're reaching a place that you're starting to release blockages and really trying to kind of love yourself again. When you start to love yourself, people notice that. And I feel like a lot of people now want to kind of like, again, they just want to test your faith and kind of like see like if they can get close to you so that they can kind of ride your wave to success. And I feel like a lot of you guys, as I'm talking about the way to success, is really just you just being happy in your season of being that girl or being that dude who everybody want to be around because it seems like you happy. Shit, happy bitches want to be around happy bitches. I'm sorry, I said I wasn't okay, but happy people like being around happy people. And I feel like these people, a lot of people who did you wrong, they'll see you're in your season now when you're no longer feeling exhausted, you no longer feeling, worn down from life because you have been through a lot. And I feel like, but at the same time, even though you sitting with your Kings of Cup energy, it's like it's still water under the bridges. You know what I'm saying? So it's not time yet to just step out and, mingle with everybody because, again, you're not completely healed from some of the things you've been through. You still are learning and growing and, accepting things for what it is. That's why I keep hearing you're learning to accept things for what it is. So I think I might title it that. And I feel like what you're doing that you have a lot of people that's a little confused. A lot of your I'm also hearing some of your exes too. That's crazy. They're confused too because some of them like they've been watching you and they've been waiting for an opportunity and it's like for some reason they're confused on if they should approach, if they should not approach, or if you're approachable. I don't know. Lately, again, you came out of hermit mode, but at the same time, you still kind of keep things very close, knitted to your heart. And that's because you've been through a lot of shit. That's why. So I love y'all so very much. I hope this message get to who it's meant to get to. And until next time, toodles.